Welcome into the BSN Nuggets weekly breakdown presented by Huberger Subaru. No need to ever make the drive or set foot in a dealership. Huberger Subaru can do the entire deal remotely and bring your new car anywhere in Colorado as a courtesy. Allie Monroy alongside BSN Nuggets beat writer Harrison Wind, and we're breaking down the Nuggets' upcoming schedule. Over this next stretch, the Nuggets have 4 games in 6 nights. They play the Memphis Grizzlies and the Dallas Mavericks at Pepsi and travel to San Antonio to take on the Spurs and to Los Angeles to face off against the Clippers. Harrison, after 3 straight losses, how many games should Denver be realistically hoping to win?
Well, I'd say worst case scenario, they're hoping to go 2-2 over this stretch. Best case scenario, 3-1. The tough thing about this 4-game stretch, Allie, is that both their road games come on the second nights of back-to-backs. They play the Memphis Grizzlies and Mavericks at home. The next day after both those games, they go on the road, like you said, to San Antonio and to face the Clippers. We thought maybe the Nuggets were past some of these struggles on back-to-backs when they went up to Portland and beat the Warriors the night after they beat the Portland Trailblazers in Portland, a place they hadn't won since 2013. But as we saw last week in Sacramento on a back-to-back, we really still don't know with this team. So I'd say 2-2 is probably what Denver should be hoping for, but it's going to be a tough 4-game stretch for sure.
Nikola Jokic had a hot spurt against the Golden State Warriors where he recorded his first triple-double of the season. But besides that night, he continues to struggle. Against Atlanta, he shot 4 of 21 from the field and scored just 9 points. What's been going on with him?
Yeah, he's been in a real funk. There's really no way around it. He's looked pretty off offensively in 3 of his last 4 games outside of that Golden State game, like you mentioned, when he recorded his first triple-double of the season. He's shooting a really low efficiency this season. He's usually a high-efficient player, shoots a great percentage from the field, but he's shooting under 50% from the field this year. That's a stark drop-off from what he was at last year, and also his three-point shot has just left him 0 of 8 from 3 most recently against Atlanta. He's really struggling with his jumper right now. Against Memphis on Friday, Denver should really just look to get him the ball early in the game. Get him a couple quick post-ups, quick baskets from short range, a couple quick, easy looks to start the game. That should keep him in a rhythm. That should keep him engaged from the first quarter on. I think that will help him have a better game on Friday than he did against Atlanta.
Do you think Denver will look to change their starting lineup if he continues to struggle?
Well, that's another thing they could do to help him out, get his game going a little. They could insert somebody like Trey Lyles into the starting lineup alongside him instead of Mason Plumlee. That would space the floor out some more, give him more of a room to operate, give him more chances to really facilitate, play make in a larger role than he is right now alongside Plumlee, where sometimes those guys are kind of on top of each other in the half court. So that could be something Denver looks to do, insert Lyles into that starting group. He's been great this year, as we've talked about. And also, whenever Lyles and Jokic have been on the floor together, Denver's been great as a team as well. So that's something they could do, possibly as early as Friday.
Well, be sure to follow all of our coverage on bsnnuggets.com. For Harrison Wind, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver. Huberger Subaru is the largest dealer in the U.S., which means big inventory and better pricing.